everyone, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. This is Silver Hyena, and I'm just gonna jump right into what I'm gonna be using for today's video. We can file this under silly novelties that I really didn't need but just wanted because I saw it and it looked like it was fun. Look at this! It's a rainbow marker. Like, these markers are going to be very, very tiny, so I'm not expecting a whole lot of ink out of these things, but I am just so curious to see how well they perform. So let's just get to that. Okay, so that was exceptionally satisfying, I know. So it looks like we've got like one cap, and then the rest of this is kind of a daisy chain up the line. Oh wow, there's really not going to be a lot of ink in there. There's probably just going to be up to there or so, because if you look inside, okay, yeah, it probably helps if I direct this at the camera. Yeah, hopefully you can see that there's really not a whole lot of room. I think that this is more like something meant to catch the eye of like grade school kids, and so they can impress their friends with it or something. Oh boy, drawing with this is gonna be really tricky. Unless of course I just make multiple pen stacks, but even still the little stars does get kinda lumpy. Like, holding this is weird, I will say that now. But then again, it was also only $3, so I can't complain too much. And here is our test subject for today. I just did a sketch in advance just so that I could get straight to the marker, which I'm doing a terrible job at, so we're just gonna start. Yeah. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. I have a feeling this is going to be a very short video because that is drier than Death Valley. Here, I'm gonna try one of these colors. Okay, that one I'm getting a little bit more out of it. But overall, yeah. Oh my gosh. Why is this hilarious? This should not be hilarious, but it is. You'd have thought that after what I just showed you, that would have been it, but you'd be wrong. I wanted these markers to work. I really did. These cute little star markers had so much potential. Little things like this are just so much fun to look at, but looking cute and functioning are, alas, not synonymous with one another. This was something I'd really been looking forward to, and then I just watched all my hopes and dreams just shrivel up and die. Okay, maybe that's a little dramatic, but it gets the point across. Okay, so I called it just because they're like my pop arty dreams Like, I wanted to kind of do something like stylized line art because I knew that these weren't gonna have much ink in them, so I wanted to do like a colorful, poppy, fun kind of line art sort of a deal. But these things were drier than Death Valley in the summer. I mean, like, usually I always swatch ahead of time, but this time I didn't, and this time, I mean, like, look at that. That is pathetic. I mean, like, that is terrible. Okay, and this is gonna be very hard. This is hard with one hand, I gotta say. Yeah, here's one I didn't try yet. This pink one. Okay, yeah, so overall thoughts, save your $3, get something else. I'm not sure if it's just because it was left in the packaging all along. Like, it was left for about a couple months, but it was in the packaging. However, I just have this feeling that these holes here that you pull the marker in and out of, I don't think that they seal very good. So I am going to do something else with this. I think you know where this is going. Goodbye. Okay, so change of plans. I am bringing in these lovely Azure Grayscale markers, which I probably should have dusted the box off a little bit, but just a moment. There, now you could never tell. Okay, yeah, sorry. And I also have these markers that I had picked up at Ross a while back. Hopefully they'll actually have some ink in them. These are from a brand called the Creative Expert. Artist quality, acid-free, non-toxic. So we'll see how well these perform. But first I gotta ink this real quick. So yeah, I just sit tight and... Alrighty, so that was quick at least. Anyways, I have already tested these out before and I really liked them. These are the odd markers out, so just about as quickly as that whole line art thing went, I'm gonna test these out. I'm actually gonna swatch them. Hopefully they're not dried and shriveled up. Otherwise, yeah, this video might just be a big containment of failures, so hopefully it doesn't come to that. Yeah, I'm just gonna swap these real quick. Oh, so much for my nice pull and show off. And that was kind of klutzy there. Anyways, clear, chisel, and brush. I like that. I mean, like this, you can't really miss that. Now then, can I get the cap off with one hand? Yes, I can. All right, please work, please work. Yes! It works. Although my paper keeps screwing. I mean, like, I've got to hold the camera with one hand. I've really got to get some more tripods. Anyways, yeah, I know that these things work, so let's just get to it. Well, I do suppose that I was meaning to review the Creative Expert markers anyways. I also kind of wanted an excuse to bring out those wonderful Azure Grayscale markers again as well. I've done a previous review on the Azure Grayscale markers. Royal Langnickel did a wonderful job with this simple set. If I haven't done so already, I'll have a link to that review in the description below, along with one of those wonderful little eye bubble thingies popping up in the corner there. See, there it is. So that's enough about them. Now these Creative Expert markers, I didn't know what to expect from them. These were just something I found while browsing Ross a while back. The stuff you find on discount store shelves, it's a crapshoot.
By the way, has anyone here ever played craps? Half the time I don't even know what's going on, but it's a lot of fun. Oh, right. Back to the markers. For starters, I do like the narrower barrels as opposed to the standard chunky monkey barrels, as I call them. Very sleek, and the brush nibs super flexible and an absolute joy to use. My only complaint is more to myself. Why didn't I crack this open sooner? These things were just a real pleasure to use. If I can find a bigger set, I'd gladly pick it up. Now, I admit I didn't really use the chisel nib much, if at all. I was just too blown away by the lovely brush tips. However, since this was a snap decision and the bulk of this drawing was done with Azure markers, I'll give the Creative Expert markers more time in the spotlight in a later video. Do you have any art supplies that you found at some sort of discount store or off the clearance rack that you just love? Like that one thing you're just so thrilled to have gotten a hold of? If so, please share in the comments. I always love hearing what you, my lovely viewers, have to say.
Okay, so, I think this is better, than what we started out with. I gotta say, these markers, I do want to do another piece with them using these more because I did kind of lean more into those, but I really wanted kind of grayscale furball, bright, vibrant flowers, and I snuck in some pink with the background. Okay, that's not really snuck in, that's more of, loudly announcing present. Okay, something else I'm curious about. Okay, yeah, there's definitely bleed through, although this wasn't really, affected all that much, although now I do have a decent piece of modern art, so there is that. So it's like win-win doing two pieces of art at the same time. Overall, okay, well, that silly star marker might not have done what I was hoping it would do. These things, these were pretty dang good. I liked them. I like the leaner barrel. I like the obvious brush. And, like, the brush tips were nice and flexible. Like, these were just nice to use. They're sleek. They're smaller than your regular chunky alcohol-based markers, although don't get me wrong, these Azure markers are still really good and very reasonably priced. Like this thing, speaking of reasonable prices, let's see here. Where's the original price tag on this? Okay, yeah, Ross, even at $12, these would have been amazing, but for $7, that is a steal. That's good. I really like those. Like, I should get a bigger box of these. Those were nice. And I am really happy with how this turned out. So, like, you know, I took an L, turned it into a W. Sometimes, that's all you can do. Anyways, I certainly hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That being said, this is Silver Hyena, signing off. Stay creative, everybody. Bye!